We are here with top tier promoter Johnny Clark after a successful show.
Yeah.
I heard you earlier, feeling a little bit stressed. How are you feeling now?
Relieved, if I'm being honest, yeah. It's always nice to get the show over the line. As you can see by the canvas, it was stacked with 50-50 brawls. Some brilliant boxing on display. But at the start of the show, let's be honest, like, I was pulling my hair out. One boy didn't make weight because he wasn't heavy enough. I never heard that before. And then Amy Andrew, who was on second, thought she was on second from last and turned up late, so we had to swap the running order around. And the planning we put into the show is like all the LEDs, the ring walks, you just have to push play and it does it all. So then we had to chop, change and get it all changed up, and that stressed all, obviously, the media team out, but we got it over the line and it was a bloody war in here, so very happy.
Before we speak about the fights, I want to speak about the production. Absolutely fantastic. I would put it up there. You can see that the Matchroom cards, the production's been absolutely fantastic. I have to be put out there, have to be credited, and with the fights that go with it. We'll speak about, for me, fight of the night was Kevin Revell versus Finley Judd. How did you score that?
Yeah, I did. What was it, 6 rounds, wasn't it? I said it 4-2. But got to be honest, there was 3 massive shows in London this weekend today, and there was one in Essex, and that one was mine at 7:30. We had it full up in here. So I think that's a credit to the boxers. And you speak about the production, but because I do it at that level, I get the boxers wanting to come on the show, and they bring their friends, their family, the promotional videos, they help sell it, and people think, I don't want to miss that, so they come here. Like even me, it was the first time I ain't checked my phone to see the results of the other shows. So yeah, I think the production, it brings the boxers in, leads us to fights, and then we get fights of the nights that are capable of fights of the year all round. So yeah. We was see that, mate.
The main man.
So yeah, Kevin Revell, I'm so proud of him. I went out there and he said, "Oh, thank you for believing in me." I said, "What? Because you lost, people would leave you, would they?" I said, "That's not how business works. That's not how friendship works." And I see, like, I was part of his management team at one stage, and I just want the best for him. He brings his son to everywhere he goes, and his son can see that you might win, you might lose, but you keep going, you know. And that's what he shows his son. And now look at him, like he's on top of the world. He lost on my first show, knocked someone out in 20 seconds on my second one, lost on the third one, a close points decision, and then boxed so well today. So I'm proud of him, very proud of him.
Early on in the show, you had Conor Adaway. Yeah, he got dropped hard and got up, looked absolutely fantastic after, recovered really well. What's next for him?
Well, he's the same coach as Konstantin Ursu, and their style, I just love it. I love Ursu to pieces, you know. I'm probably his biggest fan from him being on my show. The way he was shouting at people outside the ring and punching them. Conor don't do that side of it. Conor's clean-hearted, clean boxer, and he got cocky, dropped a hand, got dropped, paid for it, and learned from it. It was a perfect fight, and if we book a away fighter or a journeyman for the show, that's what I want him to bring. I want him to come at us. I don't want them to give him an easy night. It's not worth it. People pay a lot of money here. I pay a lot of money on production, so we deserve good fights, and that was perfect. I thanked Luke afterwards, the away fighter, for his performance, and he was like, "Thanks, John, but it hurt."
You had 3 super middleweight fights on tonight. Obviously, 3 winners, 3 losers.
Yeah.
Would that make the matchmaking for your next show easier? Because obviously some of the guys that I run, they'll come back to your show.
Yeah.
Does that make the making a lot easier?
To be fair, the next show was already matched before today. Yeah, so I'm always one step ahead. That might make the next show after that a lot easier, because my aim for 2 shows' time is going to be a super middleweight prize fighter.
Oh, fantastic. And then with that, I wanted to, because we spoke off camera about the atmosphere in here. Obviously, we've gone to York Hall and stuff like that. One thing that I noticed in here was how the atmosphere gets trapped with the way that the bleachers are. And I thought the atmosphere was absolutely fantastic for you. Did it feel good to get that great atmosphere in there?
Yeah, so we see like 2 sides of boxing. One where you've got a massive ticket setter fighting a journeyman, on a away fighter who's got no fans. So that was very one-sided, and that was Amancio, the Romanian guy. But when you had Kevin Revell, who sold the same amount of tickets as Finley Judd, you see a real 50-50 that echoes off the walls, mugging off Kevin, mugging off Finn, you know, and it was great, and it was good banter, but we had a bit of trouble at our last show, so inside I was a bit shaky, thinking, what's going on here? Security, best be on it, I don't want no trouble, because one strike and you're out from here. Do you know what I mean? So I wrote on the back of the tickets, please no kicking off. Boxers are being professional in the ring, you be professional in the stands. They can't control you, you can't control them. Both have a good night, win, lose or draw. People come again in this ring. And if one fight in the stands, you're banned from my show. And not only you, it'll be the area you're from as well. We have to vet everyone now who comes on the show, and that's part of it.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for inviting us to this absolutely fantastic show, and I look forward to the future.
No,
Thank
more
you.
than welcome. See you in the next one.